Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world watching this information. I want to first of all say thank you for taking the opportunity to take a look at this presentation, this video, or just this informational message that I want to share with you. But before I go any further, let me go ahead and properly introduce myself. My name is Mark Pyers. I'm a home-based business tax coach and wealth coach. Please don't confuse that with a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't play a financial advisor on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, social media, anywhere. I don't hold any financial licenses. In fact, the information that I teach is typically not taught by a financial advisor or even a CPA on many levels, okay? So I just wanted to go ahead and clear that up. But what I am is I'm the CEO and founder alongside of my beautiful wife and business partner of a 30-year-old company called the Academy of Financial Education, okay? And so again, I don't want the financial part to get you confused. Guys, what we teach is tax education that has somehow been forgotten or forbidden to be taught to the masses inside the traditional educational system. Here's my disclaimer number 2. We believe that everyone should pay every dime, every penny that they owe in taxes and not one dime more. And ironically, my friends over at the IRS agrees 100% with that statement. So guys, with all of those disclaimers out of the way, and so I'm coming to you today from my tax-deductible loving home here in California with a message from my friends over at the IRS, yes, the Internal Revenue Services. And again, if you're an entrepreneur, this might take you by surprise. I've been preparing entrepreneurs or attempting to prepare entrepreneurs for this for the last 20 plus years and very hard over the last 10 years, guys. You have got to get tax informed. You know, we've had a lot of time where the IRS did not have the capacity to be able to do what many people are in fear of, and that is audits. And so I want to share with you guys a short article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. And then I'm going to come back and share with you why you don't need to be in fear. Because some of you right now, just because of what I just said, here's a look that's on your face. You're saying, audit? Oh my God. Well, you don't have to be in fear. I always say that knowledge is power, but only if you apply it. And you can only apply the knowledge if someone is willing to provide it. And I'm going to provide that knowledge to you today, guys. And so with no further ado, let's go take a look at this article where the Internal Revenue Services is about to ramp up and who's in their path. You ready? Let's take a look. So if you've already read the title of this article reported by the New York Post, you're probably saying, what? And so let me go ahead and read what it says right here. And I'm going to highlight it for you guys. It says 80% of new IRS revenue will come for small businesses earning under $200,000 a year. Let me spend a little time on the headline of this article. 80%. Guys, we're talking about the IRS is about to get billions of dollars to come after entrepreneurs and small business owners so they can pay for all of the financial devastation that has happened even before the so-called pandemic, okay, which many of us seem to believe it was a plandemic, and now we're dealing with inflation, okay? In fact, we're going to look at this bill, but I want to read the title again. Somebody says, man, you know, I got to read the title again, man. Tell me what I got to do. 80% of new IRS revenue will come from small businesses earning under $200,000 a year. I asked the question in the beginning, are you in network marketing? Are you in direct sales? Have you been taking tax deductions where you have no rock solid documentation? Because the IRS are on the hunt for money. Let me say that again. The IRS is on the hunt for, not blood, they are on the hunt for money, and they're coming after entrepreneurs. Okay, so let's go ahead and read some of what it says here. It says small business owners may be in for a lengthy and expensive battle with the IRS tax experts warn. Let me say it again. Small business owners, that's entrepreneurs, network marketing, direct sales people, okay? MLM folks, okay? Small mom and pop shops, okay? Small business owners may be in for a lengthy and expensive battle with the IRS, tax expert says, okay? Let's go down to the next paragraph right here. You see how that's in red, guys? Because this is going to cause a lot of people a lot of pain if you're not prepared. A key provision in the Inflation Reduction Act. I want to talk about that for a moment. In the who? In the, matter of fact, let me just highlight that one right there, okay? In the Inflation Reduction Act, okay? I want you to remember that, all right? Because we're dealing with what? High inflation, right? Why are we dealing with inflation? Because the purchasing power of our money has declined. The purchasing power of our funny money has declined. See, the Bible says, my people perish from the lack of knowledge. See, we have not been taught through the educational system that the Federal Reserve note is no different than you, my friend, getting a piece of paper and writing a number on it and saying this piece of paper has this much value, other than the American people accept it, okay? That's a whole different training, all right? Let's read this. A key provision in the Inflation Reduction Act, which throws an extra $80 billion, I want to say it again, $80 billion to the IRS to do what? To improve the agency collection underreported income. Wow. Man, some of y'all ain't laughing. I'm telling you right now, this right here should not be ignored, okay? Let me read it again. I'm not going to stop. A key provision in the Inflation Reduction Act, which throws an extra $80 billion to the IRS to improve the agency collection underreported income, will end up targeting, let me say it again, will end up targeting small business owners to pay for the legislation, according to what? The nonpartisan watchdog, the Joint Committee on Taxation. Okay, let's go down to the next line here. I'm not going to read the entire thing. I will put the link to this article inside of the description of this video. Okay, the group estimates that between 78% and 90% of the estimated additional $200 billion the IRS will collect will come from small businesses making less than $200,000 annually. You know what? This is sickening. This is absolutely sickening, okay? This is the last part that I'm going to read. Just 4% to 9% would come from businesses making north of $500,000 a year. Interesting, right? 4% to 9% would come from businesses making north of $500,000 a year. Meaning the legislation is in sharp contrast to President Biden's longstanding claim that he wouldn't raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000, okay? Now, look, they didn't say they were raising taxes. What they said was they were coming to check your books. Let me jump back on the screen, okay? What they said was they're coming to check your books. They're not raising taxes, okay? The IRS is coming to say to you, hey, I want to see your books, okay? We've been underfunded for years, okay? The audits at the IRS has been down like 80%, okay? And here's the deal. I can tell you guys, look, I've been a tax strategist. I've been a tax coach. I see behind the closed doors of entrepreneurs all around the country, okay? And I'm telling you right now, you got to get your books in order, okay? You got to get educated. It's not enough to chase the compensation plans, okay? It's not about how much money you make, baby. It's about how much money you get to keep. And at the end of the day, it's really not about how much money you get to keep. It's how far and how much your money will buy, which is why this provision is called what? The Inflation Act, okay? The government has caused, okay, a lot of this inflation, and they're looking for somebody to blame. They're looking for somebody to pay for all of their mistakes, all this printing of this money, all this stimulus money they gave out. Guys, I'm telling you, I always said it. I said it in the beginning. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, okay, and you got all your documentation in line, then you're not going to have much of a conversation. But as I've been trying to teach, okay, guys, there's one tax code in the United States of America, but there's two sides. And some of you saying, yeah, one for the rich and one for the poor. And you're close. There's one side that will help you get wealthy and remain wealthy, okay, allow you to keep as much of your hard-earned income in your pocket. And there's one side that will make you poor, especially if you don't understand the rules of money that's been created by the elite wealthy, okay? I'm not trying to scare you guys. You know, Einstein said it best. Albert Einstein said, the hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax code. Let me say it again, okay? This was a gentleman that was considered one of the most brilliant minds that has ever walked the earth. He said, as brilliant as I am, one of the hardest things in the world to understand is the income tax. Wow. And so a lot of you right now are drowning in, you know, debt. You're drowning from the inflation. You're right. And some of you are in fear of taxation. Like I said, you right now saying, man, Mark, this can't be true. So you may be asking, Mark, well, what are you going to do about it? What am I going to do? What can I do to make sure, okay, if the IRS comes sending me a letter, that love letter in the mail, I got that love letter in 1994. I thought it was the worst thing ever happened to me. And it turned out to be the best thing, the best piece of mail that I've ever received in my mailbox, okay? Let me share with you, let me share with you something really quick. Let me move this out of the way. I tell the story all the time. Okay, and then I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up, guys. I got that letter from these folks right here, the Internal Revenue Services, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, that was the best piece of mail that I have ever gotten out of my 56 years. You say, that, Mark, that can't be true. Oh yeah, baby, it's true. You know why? Because of this entity, because of that letter, that led me down a path that I didn't know was going to lead me to financial education that would provide me financial freedom from what I call the plantation of taxation. Look, there's no shame in my game. I love the IRS, but I also understand this. Nobody feels good when 20, 30, 40% of your money is being taken from you, but you're the only person went to work, right? And I hear people saying, look, the taxes are illegal, it's unconstitutional, okay? And I might agree with that. But I also know that it didn't work for Wesley Snipes, okay? It didn't work for, Red Fox. It didn't work for a lot of people, okay? I have found a way where you don't have to try to beat the system, where you can sleep at night. You don't have to look over your shoulder, okay? And I teach it directly from the IRS, okay? I teach it directly from this page right here, okay? You don't get the information, okay? You don't get Mark Pyer's spin on it, okay? I give it to you verbatim right here. Information directly from the IRS that will save you tens of thousands of dollars a year for money that you're already losing with rock solid, bulletproof documentation. Watch. And the IRS is going to tell you how to prepare to make sure that you bulletproof yourself from an audit. So you don't have to worry about that 80% of those billions of dollars that the IRS is about to come after, okay? And so with that being said, what I want to do, guys, is at the end of this video, below somewhere down in the subject or the description of this video, depending on where you're watching it, you're going to find an email, because I'm several days from setting a date for a free tax webinar that typically would cost you $600 to $800 to attend, okay? I'm telling you right now, you can't afford not to attend it, okay? You can't. You say, well, why are you doing that? First of all, I love educating people on this information. Second of all, I've got a tax course, okay, that should be selling for $20,000. Okay, yeah, I know I'm biased. Okay, let me get back on the screen. All right, because I don't want you to hear me. Okay, I want you to see. I want you to be able to look in my eyes when I talk, because I want you to know, okay, that I'm not trying to take something from you. Okay, I'm trying to give you something. Okay, I am hosting. It doesn't happen often. A free tax webinar. And at the end of that webinar, I'm going to give you a chance to get access to an entire tax training course that gives you everything you need to know to be able to bulletproof yourself, okay, from an IRS audit, taught directly from the IRS, okay, how to increase your take-home pay on your job, literally walk into your job, give yourself an instant pay rate coming directly from the IRS, okay, how to be able to take 80% of what you're currently spending your money on and turn it into a major tax saving. We're not talking about spending more money. We're talking about taking the money you're already spending, like on your lights, your water, your gas, your internet, your cell phone, your travel, going out to restaurant. Guys, I'm telling you what you do not know, okay? What you do not know about the money system that was created by the elite, for the elite. We have found the gold. There's gold up in those hills. It's called knowledge. And I'm telling you right now, you can't afford to miss this webinar. So I went way too long with this. I didn't really want to spend that much time, guys. I had to get this information out. Whether or not you take advantage of jumping on the free webinar, whether or not you think I'm full of a bunch of crap, it don't matter. Because guess what? That provision is going to get passed, and the IRS is going to sharpen up their swords, and they're going to send their soldiers out to get their money. And my question is, are you going to be prepared for it? That's my question. And if not, then you should be on that webinar. If you don't know if you're going to be prepared, you should be on that webinar. And this will probably be my last invitation about that webinar. And in the next 24 to 72 hours, I'm going to go ahead and lock in the date, and the seats will be gone. And so with that being said, somewhere below this video, you'll find the information for the email. Maybe it's going across the screen. You want to lock in your spot. With that being said, guys, Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder, alongside of my beautiful wife and business partner, Mr. Levita Pyers, saying to you, my friend, don't be a part of that 80%. We'll see you on the free webinar. And I promise you, you're not going to sleep. With that being said, guys, we'll see you on the right side of money.